Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
Hello. It took you a breath that time. You had to take a little pause and then get back to it. So
Absolutely. Psyched myself out at second five.
I love that. All right,
We are
guys. Oh no,
back.
go ahead.
Yeah, we are back with Meta Monday.
Bing,
Uh,
bing, 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 bing.
One of our favorite series on the channel. We love reviewing other people's decks. We found two set two decks this week. Some of the first decks that I could find, and some of the most exciting things that I think could come out this early, especially.
I think so. You clicked on this video. You see the wallpaper. We have a smoker deck. We were pretty harsh. I'm gonna take credit for this. I was pretty harsh on the smoker leader. I think he's probably one of the below average black leaders because there were so many and there were so many cool ones. So
Mhm.
smoker got a little bit of a bad take in our last video, but I am so excited to feature him in this deck. He redeemed himself so quickly. Where is
Yeah.
my translate? Damn it, it's not even here. Okay.
And Rose D Rose is someone that I follow on Twitter. They post a lot of really good deck lists. I believe they also post a lot in Note, which is something
Ooh,
that a lot of Japanese players do because you can add a small paywall to the end of your website
that's cool.
to it. And I believe Rose does that. They might not be, but um, I follow them because they post good deck lists and they're a really good player. Um,
And here they are again.
as you can see
They
their results, yeah.
four. It looks 4-0 with the smoker deck. And let's get right into it. I have the link right here, and I made it in dev. So let's go check it out. I like that they're still getting the Frankie promo. That's an excellent art promo right there.
Absolutely.
Happy to see that guy. When we looked at this list and we looked at what we had made for Akainu, there are a lot of similarities, a lot of four counts. There's not a lot of black cards to choose from, so we're gonna max out on him. And this player maxed out on most of the 2K combos. We have four Tashigis, four Tsurus,
Sudo,
we
yeah.
have four Sengokus, only one of the Garp, but we basically just added them all. Added them all.
Hmm.
I'm here for it. I think it's to cover a lot of the high drops don't have combo power, so we have to make use of that in the lower drops. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, play blockers, which is what they're doing. Play 2K combos and play big drops.
sounds like
Done.
Kaido.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Play it.
Kaido.
Yeah.
One of the cool interactions for the Sacred Jewel says when you trash a card and you select a character, that card can't be KO'd during battle. Black has some really oppressive blockers here. Hino and Borsellino have really good blocking attributes. Can't be KO'd by effects, and it gets 1,000, so he's a 6K blocker. And Hina is choosing another person that attacks, that's on their side, and choosing them not to attack. Very good blockers, and it can make very good use of this jeweled card, keeping them alive just another turn longer, just so they have to invest more into attacking.
Yeah, an extremely defensive deck
Mm-hmm.
also because you're playing a lot of 2K counters, like we just said, a
Yep.
lot of decent blockers, and then making sure that your blockers don't die.
Yep.
And then you're going to end up playing into your Kuzans, your Sakazukis, and your 10 drop Kuzan,
Yeah.
and just playing through your actual game mechanic
Yep.
and winning games apparently.
Yeah, it's taken a real play out of the Kaido playbook. It's survive, just survive, get to your huge drops, and I would argue that the 10 drop Kuzan has just as much impact because then once he's on the board, your Akainu is killing whatever it wants. Your Smoker, your Garp is killing whatever it wants. You're just wiping the board once you get to this point, and that's your win con. And this guy is playing to it. My number one question has to be why the Smoker leader versus Akainu, because I feel like the Akainu leader has more options in it.
Hmm.
It does have a steeper cost. You have to discard a card no matter what.
Right.
So that is a difference between the Smoker and that. But I'm really excited to see Black in the full meta. I know we're going to see more lists out there, and I'm wondering what those interactions with those decks are going to look like. So it's pretty exciting going forward,
Yeah.
definitely.
The most I can think of the smoker leader is a inherit -1.
Yep.
Uh, but I don't think that really matters for this. I think it's the +1000 that is the
Yeah.
reason why it's being played.
Yep.
Giving your leader 6K without adding extra Don, but I think it's a Don on top.
It's a Don
So
on one on top, so he'd be a 7.
yeah, so your leader is an automatic 7 with one Don. As long as your opponent has a character on board, you are a 7K swing with your leader with one Don.
Yeah.
I think that's what the plus is. I think that's why they are playing Smoker.
Yeah.
Um, Especially if we're going to start seeing Whitebeards
True.
where they're starting at 6K already, you might want that extra 1K as a built-in effect.
Yeah, it's good synergy with Kuzan. You know, they're very likely to have something on board with zero, assuming you didn't just wipe the board as soon as you had him on the board.
Yeah,
But it does seem like an easy 7K. So there, and
yeah,
it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't cost anything. Where it kind of has a serious drawback. You have to, discard cards from your hand every time to use it. Um, and you do have a lot of destruction in the deck already, so it might not be necessary. So
right.
there is that curve with Smoker as well, and it's just cooler to play Smoker. I'm gonna be honest, Smoker's just cooler character, so there's that as
Yeah,
well. So if we have one more set 2 deck today, we have a Law deck. Yes, Law definitely had probably the most pluses out of the set. They had this incredible film package just handed to them, and winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's get into it. The first thing that you have to acknowledge is this is majority film deck. It is 4 counts, 4 counts, 4 counts on film. It's 20 cards, 19 cards of the new set here listed in Law. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I think this is probably most likely the final list for this. Like when we were talking about it in the green review, check out that video also.
It's right here.
This is kind of what we were imagining is a good hybrid between set one straw hats, set two film straw hats, with an added bonus of Bonnie and Supernova since there's some decent uh,
There's some
overlap.
overlap, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
it's just there's a lot of really good cards that I think the last law was lacking. I think people were trying to fill it with Momo. I was seeing that more and more where we were adding Odin, some of the Odin mechanic just to supply law to get him over that hump to get to these 5 drops.
mhm.
But this film curve absolutely just deletes it. I don't think you need to play that anymore, unless you're trying to play Raizo. Because I do think Raizo works with Law, but I think this green Nami absolutely just plugs a lot of those issues because she is a mid game attacker. She's a searcher. She really makes this deck just took it to another level, and it's yeah. I'm assuming we're gonna see a lot of this Law when we have access to set 2.
Yeah, and this deck is a 12 character searcher and 2 event searcher. So you're going to be getting to the cards that you want. Use your Sabaodis to get to the Film Nami, uh, and then use your Film Nami to get to all of your rest of your pieces.
Yeah.
If you need to use Bonnie to get your Supernovas, she's there, one of the best searchers from set one.
Yep.
I think an honorable mention that we were like, why is this card here? And then we looked down and saw that its film is Gordon.
Yeah.
Um, we're like, we were looking at the list. We're like, oh, that's a Gordon from set one. That's interesting tech. And then we're like, why is it there? Why? Oh, it's searchable for Nami.
Yeah, and Nami says film type cards. It doesn't specify straw hats, and every time I assumed it was straw hats, it's
Mhm.
film. And Law needs red character cards just as much as it needs green. So now that Nami can pull a red film card, that is a great tech. Definitely didn't see it. And since it has an on play effect as well, you could easily play Gordon and then use one of your many tools to add it back to your hand to make it a 2K counter in your hand again.
Mhm.
This is probably one of the more optimal red film cards you could play in this deck. So definitely give it a try if you were looking for that alternative. And this combo is just nasty. I had to look at it again. You play Brooke, and then you could play this Nico Robin, and then you could, I don't know, play anything, I guess. You could play
Mhm.
Gordon and then bounce Gordon. There's just so many cool little plays in this deck if you have the pieces, and I think it's more. I think we have a more consistent way to get 5 on board with Law, and that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited to see this deck and what else the counts are gonna do in the
Yeah,
future.
being able to have the mechanic to add stuff to board is going to be super helpful for this deck. it is definitely a game changer. I don't think you end up playing Wano cards in green any like in this law deck anymore.
Mhm.
I think this is probably the way to go. Like you said, card counts might change, but this is going to be a solid set two deck.
Yeah, I don't have any doubt in my mind. It's definitely going to be an early game, mid game juggernaut, and the decks that are going to contest this one in our on a hopeful rock paper scissors meta that develops is the late game nastiness of black and purple. I'm hoping they contest this deck because right now it's hard to imagine any other mid early game decks competing with this. This seems very strong. Really exciting though.
Absolutely.
And that'll basically do it for Meta Monday, guys.
Yeah.
We covered two really cool, very different decks. So let us know in the comments. Are these decks you guys are excited to play? Are these decks you already have been playing but saw some different techs that you liked? I really liked that jeweled event card in that deck. Those are really annoying blockers, and to keep them around one turn longer probably swings most of your games. So that's a cool tech. I like that one.
Very nice to it.
Yeah. So
Um,
again, guys, let us know down in the comments what you liked. That'll do it from us here at Good Game Nation, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Bye bye, guys.